Let's set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. Come on, y'all. Set it off. Hey, set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. Come on, y'all. Set it off. Hey, set it off. Hey, set it off. Kutuku, 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 kutuku. Set it off. Set it off. Hey, what's up, y'all? Set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. Come on, let's set it off. Hey, set it off on the left. Set it off on the right. Set it off. Set it off. Hey, set it off. Set it off. Hey, what's up? What's up? The roof. The roof. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let them burn. Burn, mother. Burn. Hey, set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right. Y'all set it off. Hit them thumbs up button when you come into the room. Set it off on the left. Set it off on the right. Set it off. Come on, y'all, 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 set it off. Hey, everybody. This is Auntie. Let me move back a little bit. Let me see. Okay, y'all. Hi, everybody. I have been so looking forward to this review tonight. If this is your first time being here, please excuse me. Thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the channel and joining our family. And to all of my faithful nieces and nephews who have been with Auntie for the long haul, thank you so much for your continued support. Now, yes, I am looking quite yellow tonight, and that's because I know that my lighting is off. So, and that's because I've done a lot of stuff in the house, and I kind of got stuff all over the place and stuff like that. And so I can't get it any better tonight. So y'all just going to have to think that there's a beautiful, let's see if I'm, a beautiful gold glow on your Auntie tonight. But anyway, I'm hoping that you all had a good weekend. Don't forget, when you come into the room, hit that thumbs up button. And I'm hoping that you all have your drinks and everything. If you are wondering about the wig that your Auntie got on tonight, please go over to my other channel. I did a wig review on this today. And so that will give you some information about this wig, where I got it from and all that. I know a lot of times you all come in and you be like, Auntie, where you get that wig from? And you leave it down in the comments. So on my other channel is where I do my wig reviews and my lifestyle channel. So go over there and visit me over there, okay? So we're going to start this off with our cheers. And this is my glass Auntie's advice. I don't think that you all can see it. Established in 2017. And that came from Sarah, our moderator for tonight. Thank you, Sarah, so much for being here. And so we're going to cheers to all things love after lockup. All things surprises and sentences. And oops, we forgot strawberries. We're going... we're going to cheers to all things Dominic is tired of his girl already. All things to Mary, who is not being used by Tony. All things Alla's pregnancy test came up negative. And all things Andrea's girlfriend Michelle dapped her because she did not want to have any contact with the baby's mama. Really? Oh, and all things Lizzie may have to do another 12 years in the pen. Clink, 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 clink. Cheers. Clink, 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 clink. Mm. Ooh. Can't tell y'all what I'm sipping on tonight. But it's, it's all good. So anyway, we're going to go ahead on and start this review of, let's pick eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Who should we start this review off with this Sunday? Okay, so I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to ask you all, who should we start this review off with? Okay, got my glasses on. Let's see. Clink, clink, clink. Mary. Mahogany Lewis is new. She says, hello, Auntie, and everyone new to your page. Welcome, Mahogany Lewis. Everybody take some time out and say hi to Mahogany. Welcome, sweetie. I'm hoping that you enjoy it. So y'all saying Andrea, Alla, Garrett, Andrea, Alla, Mary. Okay, so y'all are a trip. It seems like it's an overwhelming vote for Mary. So let me slide on down here and get on down here to Mary's story real quick. Up on here, up on this His and Ms. Al. I'm glad y'all here. The whole crew look like they here too. I know some people come in later, but I'm looking. Just 1 second. Give y'all a little while to look at me. Tell me something good. Yeah. Tell me. Let me just say this real quick. One of my friends is out there. We have been friends for, golly, probably over maybe 40 years. And he thinks that he's going to sneak his butt out here and be live on my chat and I not call him out. I want everybody to say a special hi to Juan. Juan. Hi, Juan! We have been lifelong friends. Like, he is my brother from another mother, and he think he gonna sneak that ass out here and not and I not notice that he's here. Everybody say hi to Juan. Hi, Juan! Hi, boo! That's right, y'all, blow him up. Yes, hi, Juan! Okay, so let me go ahead on and get started. Y'all, thank y'all so much for saying hi to my boo Juan. So anyway, we open up this episode with Dominique and Mary. Okay. So Mary is happy. Her little boo thing is home and everything. She noticed when he got out the car last episode, she noticed that he was a little different. You know what I'm saying? Inside and out. Okay. So, she basically, picks him up from the halfway house, and she was like, I got a little surprise for you. So he was like, oh, you do? She was like, yeah, boo, I got a surprise for you. Then, as a man, he's thinking, maybe he's going to go ahead and get him some new Jordans or something like that, So he walks into the shop, and it's a tuxedo shop. So he was like, wait a minute, what? Hold up, who? So, she walks in the shop and she's like, I want you to try on some tuxedos. And he was like, I ain't tell my parole officer and the people at the front desk, at the halfway house that I was coming here. And she was like, what? That lip all out there. That lip is out there. That lip is out there. So, she's like, what? Well, can't you just try one on real quick? So he was like, okay, yeah, come on, let's go ahead and try one on. So, he's trying on, the tuxedo and everything, and he looks good. I mean, that beard, he is just giving me beard life, and, he's all buff up here and everything. I might have to, I be talking about these people like a dog, but if they coming out looking buffed up like this, I mean, this is the best physical training that you could ever get in your goddamn life. Like, I seriously, like, I don't know now. I might have to, get the writing. Get the writing, the typing, or, ding, ding. A couple of people in jail. You understand what I'm saying? Because they are coming out with bodies. So anyway, I digress. So, he comes out and everything, in his blue tuxedo. The lady tells him this is the new thing that's in style. And so he's like, hey, looking kind of sharp. He really doesn't care about how he looks. This is not where he wants to be. He wants to be where he told the people he was going to be. So he was like, look, I ain't supposed to be here. I need to get to a landline and, let everybody know. Now, I don't know, if he could have survived here because we don't have payphones here in the District of Columbia. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, he's like, I got to get to a landline. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And so I need to, I need to holler at my probation officer. I need to leave now. So Mary's like, no! I done waited all these years for you to get out of jail. You're going to stay right here. You're going to put a tie on. You're going to put some cufflinks on. You're going to do all of that. So he's like, oh, all right. Okay, come on, let's go ahead and put it on. So, she put, he put the little stuff on the lady thing. She was like, you sure look good. You look better than you do in that prison outfit. Oh! The sales lady was like, he ain't supposed to be here. Then didn't he tell you he ain't supposed to be here? So, she's like, he just ain't feeling this. I don't understand. That prison life, that's behind us. That's not part of my life. So I don't understand why he's acting like this. He needs to give me more attention, pay more attention to me. And in his mind, he's like, is she crazy? I have not told these people where I'm going to be. And, I'm supposed to be somewhere else. Okay, so anyway. They walk on out and she decides to go to a park. Now, I don't know if he told him he was going to a park, if she gave him an itinerary. But what I suggest, because the man is so paranoid about what's going to happen with him and what's going to happen to him, she needs to give him an itinerary about where they're going to be. You understand what I'm saying? So the next thing we see them in the park. She's trying to act like she's sympathetic and empathetic to what he's going through. And so she asks him, Don, what's up? Let's have a conversation. Don, what's up? What you mean? You just don't seem like you were really, into me and everything. I'm not. Have you looked in the mirror? What did you say? I didn't hear you. I'm just paranoid. I'm with a parole officer and they told me that they may be looking out for me and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm really not into, this park stuff, this tuxedo stuff and all of that. Well, you know what? I've waited for you. When do you think that you're going to be ready to get married? Because I've waited for you for 6.5 years. This is the only thing that has kept me happy. Now, you have got to be a desperate, lonely, trifling, low down, good for nothing, skizzawazzle. The only thing that has kept you happy is the hopes that some man is going to get out of jail 6.5 years later and he's going to marry you. And that's what made you happy. That's what made you get up in the morning and roll your ass over in the bed. Like never me, like never that. So, he's like, it's going to be a while. You need to back up for a minute and give me a chance. It's going to take me at least a year. I need to be acclimated to society. I need to prove that I can live in society, and he's like, she doesn't know anything about this jail life, which is what she said. She believes that, this is his second day being home and he should, be acclimated to life. Well, guess what? He's not going to be. What part of that you not understanding? So, she's out there. Now she got an attitude because she's like, what? I can't wait that long. I've already waited 6.5 years and I can't wait any longer. And my whole thing is this. If you say that to a man, it's a done deal. Now, as you all know, they live in Canada. And so I don't know if the rules are different in Canada as opposed to being here in the United States. But this man said he really need to get his life together, and he doesn't have time, to be looking at tuxedos and all of that. And I can understand it. I don't know if you all can understand it, but I understand where Dominique is. And you can tell by the way that he's acting that something happened to him in prison, that he never, ever, ever wants to go there again. And I could imagine if they locked my fat ass up, that I would never, ever want to go back to jail again. But because she's, her whole life was revolved around this man, she's told all her friends and her family, her mother and her daddy and her stepdaddy and her nieces and nephews, cousins, first, second, and third, they all, have been dreaming about this with her. She's pressing the man out. So, basically her and Dominique get into an argument. And she's like, I don't, this is over. We need to just go ahead on and walk away. So he was like, all right, come on, let's walk. And he literally began to walk. And so as they're walking to the car, she got an attitude. You can tell by her body language that she's got an attitude. He has an attitude. And so, they get to the car and she's like, I don't understand. You're saying that this is about prison, but you don't even show me any affection. Every time I touch you, you stiffen up like a board. Y'all, can you imagine holding it down for some man for 6.5 years, and every time you touch him, he like this. He got all that body, all that sex appeal, and when you touch him, his ass like this. Like what? So I could understand her being mad. She was like, at least you could have did was brought me some flowers. You could have brought me this. You could have brought me that. And and basically he's like, I'm not doing it until you stop acting like a bitch, a delusional bitch. And when he's saying delusional, it's because they both not on the same page. I don't know what they were telling each other while he was incarcerated and he was in jail. But she is living in a delusional land. But then on the other hand, from, as a woman, we like to be touched and we want to, feel loved and we want our man to express it through gifts and toys and trinkets and jewelry and diamonds and pocketbooks and Christian Louboutin shoes and the same. She took, she was like, okay, you can buy me some flowers. I'm like, no, but we can go to Saks. We can go to Saks. Now, I don't know how delusional that may be, but we can go to Saks. You don't have to hug me. You ain't gonna hug me. That Saks will hug me. Anything and everything you buy up out of Saks, boo. I'll sleep with it all night long. I make love to it all night long. Go ahead on and give me one of them Christian Louboutins, boo. Me and that Christian Louboutin will be up all night long doing the nasty. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. But anyway, so they arguing and they going through all of this stuff. And, basically we don't know what's going to happen. Mary is very, 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 very active on Twitter. And, she's been trying to make these little comments about women are mean and women are this and women are that. But here it is, Mary. I'm going to hand it to you on a little platter, boo. Because I know you out here. How you doing, Mary? We're not being mean. All we're doing is observing and talking about what it is that we see. Everybody has an opinion. And you know what? We're basically voicing our opinion. Okay, there's a super chat. Hi, sweetie. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me put my glasses on. House Storm Nup. Thank you for keeping it 100. Always love it. Thank you. Thank you for the $2 so much. So basically, it is what it is about them. Hopefully they stayed together. I don't know. If you all look at her on Twitter, she's lost a lot of weight. She's allowed her lips to go back in, and she's absolutely a beautiful woman. I don't know why she did all of that stuff to herself. Maybe because she was bored and she was wanting to be married or whatever. But if you look at her on Twitter now, she is absolutely gorgeous. So let me see what you all are saying out there about her. Who's out there? Jesse Gomez? Hi, Boo. Oh, Vicky Waymire says she needs to watch the movie. He's just not that into you. probably plumped her lips for TV. She probably did call me, oh, sweetie. Hi, boo, you knew. Welcome. She looked crazy. Yes, she did. Lips. Bianca Dungeon need a lot of lipstick. Okay. I'm glad you could make it tonight, too, Jessie Gomez. Oh, thank you, Terry Markle. She said, love you, Auntie, my favorite. Oh, you so sweet. Thank you, boo. I saw Just Call Me Waz out there. Waz, thank you so much for joining our live chat. Nightcap. The next couple that we're going to go ahead on and talk about is Scott and Lizzie. Now, you know, Scott the alcoholic from around the way. Scott is a straight up alcoholic. Allegedly. You know, he's like, you know, at home, taking off his greasy, you know, janitor, bus driver, tractor trailer driver, lay up underneath a park bench type outfit, and he's putting on a suit. The only thing that he forgot to do was wash his hair. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, he's like, you know, when a lawyer called you, you know, it's serious. And so, you know, it's like, okay. So he's like, you know, I'm paying all the bills for Lizzie. Okay, duh. I'm paying all the bills for Lizzie. So, you know, I'm going to go on down here and see. You know, when you get a call from your lawyer, it's never a good thing. I agree. I agree. So, anyway, you know, we see him sitting in the lawyer's office, and the lawyer's like, you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I mean, after all, you are paying me to bear the news. So the lawyer's like, you know, Lizzie ain't getting out, young. And he was like, what do you mean she ain't getting out? She's not getting out. Lizzie was allegedly in possession of heroin, meth, and a cell phone. And I don't know if you all didn't notice it, but I sure did. Scott wasn't shocked. Scott, you can sit up there and act like you ain't had nothing to do with this all you want to, but your body language did not show the body language of a man in shock. You said out of your mouth that you were shocked about this, but I'm telling you right now, boo, you need to hang that up and wear that next weekend, because we ain't buying that. He's copped to the telephone and said, you know what, I brought her the phone because, you know, I know she's not supposed to have it. And, you know, I brought it for her because this was something that made her happy. But you know what, the thing about it is, you sitting out there incriminating yourself by providing a prisoner with, you know, something she's not supposed to have. So I don't know whether or not you signed papers saying that, you know, that you would be exonerated for, you know, or get amnesty or whatever it is for whatever you say out your mouth. But you basically on television confessed to giving her something that she's not supposed to have in jail. But you stopped short of saying that you had provided those drugs. Now, I just got a feeling that everything ain't going to be all right, because the judge, the lawyer was basically like, she going to get another 12 years for this. Now, I'm going to try to save you with all the, you know, all the tricks I got in my bag. I'm going to have to pull out. But it looks like your girl is going to end up spending another 12 years in jail for what she did. And I'm just like, you dumb as hell. Why in the world, Lizzie, with all the sex tapes and videos that you doing down at the jail, can't be in possession of narcotics and a cell phone? Like, I don't understand. He says he believes that this woman is doing this so that she doesn't, you know, almost like she wants to go back again. And I'm thinking in my mind, maybe that is what she's doing, because I don't have any understanding why this woman is, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you all go back and look at her docket, and look at what she was arrested for. She was arrested for DUIs and other things. And someone I spoke to today had done some research on it, and it looked like, you know, those things should have already served all of her time for those offenses that she was locked up for in 2009 and 2010. So I don't know what Lizzie is doing over and over again. Scott says that he has been financially taking care of this woman for the last 2 years. And he says that, you know, basically, he enjoys this. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Like, cling, cling, cling to Scott. Scott, my P.O. box is 2626, Hyattsville, Maryland, 20784. If you want to take care of somebody, hit me up. Cheers. You want to take care of somebody? Take care of me. I'm living, breathing, and everything. You see what I'm saying? I'm out of jail. Clink, clink, clink. I got some women out here, some single women out here on my YouTube channel and everything. Scott, write me, type me, gift card me. But anyway, so Lizzie, basically, we're going to have to wait and see. This is another wait and see, what's happening with our girl Lizzie and what's happening with Scott. Scott said that he does not want to be alone anymore. And I just don't want to be lonely. Okay? But Scott, you are already lonely. No matter how much you think you have with this woman, you are already lonely. And so we move on to our girl Andrea. Andrea is back from her trip to LA, and she decides that, she's going to meet up with her girl Michelle. Hey, Michelle, know you out here. Hey, boo, how you doing? Hi to all the baby Nook Dog and everybody else, out there, all the Crips in the blood that watches me every week. Thank you so much for your continued support. So anyway, she's back with her girl Michelle, and they walking through the park and everything, and they go and sit down, and she's going to try to catch her up on what happened in California. And so she's like, okay, I thought that Lamar was going to be able to come home, and I'm gonna try to move this up some, fix some of this lighting. This is really irritating me, y'all. Hold on for a minute. Okay, y'all. You know it ain't live if stuff ain't falling. But this light. Did y'all enjoy that trip? Did y'all enjoy that trip? All right, Auntie's back. Don't be laughing, Juan. That's my boo. Okay, so that didn't make the lighting better. God. Oh. Is driving me up a wall, y'all. Just be patient with your auntie. What is it? And I had one of my loves that said she was a light expert. She gonna have to help a sister out here. Oh. Hold on, y'all. It's live. Next caller. Okay. We're just going to have to deal with it with the light. And I'll fix it next week. Every week I come out here. How yellow am I looking? Like real yellow. Somebody said sip and trip. I love that. Okay. Forget about it. Whew. This is a hot week. So when y'all go out there and look at that review on my other channel, remember that I said that this week hot, boo. Whew. All right, so anyway, she's sitting out there with her girl, Michelle. And, basically she's like, what's up, Michelle? And she's like, okay, girl, give me all the scoop. Tell me what happened. And she was like, you know what? It was good seeing Lamar and everything. At first, I was trying to be calm. And, I was a little apprehensive. And then when I saw him, girl, I just got to screaming. And she was like, what? And she was like, yes, girl, I got to screaming. And I mean, I was just so happy to see him. So anyway, we had this party. And, at the party and everything, Lamar wanted to see his daughter. And, and I was like, okay, cool. You can see the daughter and everything. But no pretty baby mamas are allowed. So, I find out, while we sitting at the table and everything, that the baby mom is coming. And so she's like, what? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, how am I going to sit across the table from somebody I had sex with? Like this? Or like this? Or like that? How you doing? Good to meet you. Or like this? Maybe like this? You just sit across the table from her. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, she sits across. Sir, I know it ain't no troll out there. So anyway, she's sitting across the table and everything. She's like, and girl, what happened? And she was like, girl, I got up and left. And she was like, yes, girl, high five. I would not have high fived any of my girlfriends on that. That wasn't cute. That wasn't hot. That wasn't sexy. It was nothing cute about that particular incident. But anyway, I digress. So, Michelle is high fiving her. But then when they talking to Michelle, see, it always, all bad stuff always happen to you when stuff like that happen. Because guess what, Michelle? You was sitting out there talking about that girl like that, and you had crumbs and dead skin and dried. Oh, I was about to curse. You had dry, like all up in here. Like whatever donut your fat ass was eating, Michelle, you should have had a napkin and made sure you wiped that off. Always carry a little mirror around with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you got those big, plump African-American lips. So the next time you call yourself one to talk about somebody and sit up there and high-five somebody over some stupid crap like that, make sure you bring a napkin with you and just dab a little. Just a little dab with a did you. But anyway, I digress. So, she's like, yeah, girl. So she was like, and then, when Lamar came to get me and everything, girl, he got mad at me and he was, acting like an inmate, girl. It's just like a light switched off in him. And he started going off on me and calling me out my name. What? Yes, girl, he was acting crazy. She was like, girl, that was just rude. She said, no, honey, no. He was acting like a bulldog. Everything that he learned out there on the prison yard, girl, that stuff came up in my face. She was like, what? I can't believe this. She was like, yes, girl, I'm trying to tell you, yes, and yes. She was like, girl, you deserve better than that. She was like, girl, I know. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Then she gonna sit up there and say, I'm not that chick. Don't look at me like I'm that chick. No, you that chick. You that chick. Michelle came out her mouth and said, you know what? If my boyfriend had treated me like that, you would have been keying his car up. See, but she said it when she but when she said it, she had crust around her mouth and stuff. All right, damn. And I was like, damn. I mean, what? I hate when I notice little small stuff like that because it messes the whole scene up for me. I just was like, somebody get that. Cut. Let's retake. So basically, she was like, he acts like that. And she was like, and I was scared. And I was telling Lamar, don't hit me. No, you wasn't. And if you was doing that, then you really shouldn't be with him. She says, I want you, Lamar, to come to Utah so that the family can be together. Skirt. Wait a minute. What do you mean the family? You all are one of those blended families. Lamar has children that are living in Los Angeles or LA. And you have a family that's living in Utah. If he moves to Utah, that is not a blended family. That's just him being there. You're saying, I just want us to be one big happy family. And I understand that, Andrea, as a single mother, I understand wanting to have that family structure. But guess what? Your daughter is already in disagreement with this. For all of you who don't know, Andrea was, there's a clip that was a deleted scene where we see Andrea's oldest daughter, the 12-year-old girl, dancing at a dance studio because she wants her to dance at the wedding. And the girl is saying, I don't care anything about Lamar. I don't care anything about this. We also see that there's another little girl that looks like she's probably about, maybe about 9 or 10 years old. And this little girl is supposed to be some little girl that Lamar has adopted or is planning on fathering, or the little girl is close to him some kind of way. I don't know if she's a junior pen pal or what the hell she is. But it's another little girl. And you know, the thing about it is women, we can't let anybody come into our lives when we have children. We have to consider what our children, how our children will be affected by incorporating another person, especially somebody who's been on the yard for 18 and a half years, somebody who will bump you in the middle of the street, somebody who will talk to you like that. Now, we saw a clip where Lamar was apologizing and she was like, I can't deal with this. Yes, you can. Yes, the hell you can. You know what kind of man this is. You think it's cute. You think it's real sexy that he's a Crip. And it's not sexy that he is a Crip. Like, there's nothing sexy about that. Like for real? Like, for real? And you say, and then your girlfriend gonna say, he got one more chance. No, that would have been it. When I'm standing out in the parking lot and he bumping me like that in the parking lot, no, I'm sorry. We wouldn't have been able to do that any further. We wouldn't have been able to go any further. Michelle, you're not good for the Mormon, and the Mormon's not good for you. You all are on the same level, and you need to, in order to come up, you need to get somebody who's a little bit smarter than you and who's not faking, that they're a Mormon. Next thing we see is dumbass Lamar. Lamar, I'm calling you dumb out here on my channel. Lamar sitting up there with his brother Dulo D. What's up, Dulo D? So he's sitting there with his brother Dulo D. Dulo D look like he live in a nice little suburban neighborhood. And he let, Lamar come and stay with him because he's like, the brother got to have somewhere. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. So Dulo D is like, he's got to have somewhere safe for him to stay and somewhere where he can, have an address to report to his probation officer and everything. And so, next thing we see Lamar talking about wanting to go to Utah. But the thing about it is, he was like, I lied. Now, what I'm noticing about all these people is that they're lying and living in a fantasy la-la type world. So Lamar's sitting up there, talking about, I got to go and see my baby. She held it down. She put money on my books. She made sure I had the latest and the greatest tennis shoes. She took care of me. She did this. She did that. Knack, patty, racket, give a dog a bone. And I want to go out to Utah, and I want to, be with her and the kids. I've never met her children before. And, so D-Lo D is like, okay, so, when you plan on doing that? And he was like, what about your probation officer? Ain't you still on parole? And he was like, yeah, but what she don't know won't hurt her. And he was like, well, what kind of parole officer you got? And he was like, she a hard ass, man. She don't play. But I'm still going to go head on out to Utah. So now here you got D-Lo D talking about some man. You ain't going to have them people come knocking up on my door. D-Lo D like, you ain't gonna have them people come knocking up on my door looking for you. And if I had known you was going to do this, you had the potential to do something like this, I would have never let you stay with me. So, D-Lo D is like, you're not going to do that, man. You need to rethink this. And so, when they talk to him in private, he like, I can't even believe that he would even consider doing something like that. And he was like, what is it going to cost you? He was like, it's going to cost me another year and a half in jail to fly out to Utah. So you mean to tell me that Andrea is worth a year and a half back in the pen? That she should have just left your ass there and let you finish out your 20-year sentence? Because if you was already in there 18 and a half years and you go back and you got another year and a half, that means your original sentence was 20 years. What the hell did you do to have a 20-year sentence? That's a lifetime. God. And then you gonna sit up there and talk about you gonna go to Utah. Like, I'm tired and through. I'm tired and through. So, basically he's like, I lied to her. I didn't tell her all the conditions around my probation. Well, you should have told her all the conditions around your probation, young. Why would you sit up there and lie to the girl? He talking about she gonna go off. Yeah, she probably gonna kill your car. You already said. Andrea got 2 personalities, maybe 5. I just was like, okay, this girl is treacherous. She is dangerous. Do you hear me? Andrea, don't come looking for me. I'm just a single mom, trying to do my thing out here on the YT and everything. I ain't serious about none of this. I'm saying, y'all stay up over there, stay up there in LA and everything. Leave me the hell alone, because you kid people cars. You know what I'm saying? You tormenting people according to Lamar. Like y'all really are meant for each other. Like we sit out here, we think that you too good for him, or you really got it going on and all of that kind of stuff. But you, what is that going across my screen? Zena 64 got cars in the key, okay? Lamar is institutionalized. He needs to get some help. Absolutely. That was in Nail 213. Ain't no way in the world. They are really, like, Andrea, like, she's just as thuggish as Lamar is, but she does it under the cloak of being a woman. Like, y'all, for real, can y'all believe, like, you cannot make this stuff up. You can't. The next couple we see is Cotton freaking Johnna and Garrett. Johnna and Garrett, she's still fussing. Crazy as a loon bird, but she's still fussing. Wait a minute. Skirt. Stop. How about Angela and Tony, though? Angela is sitting at the table. I've got to talk about her real quick. She's sitting there like, little cell phone sitting there. She like, yeah, my boo about to FaceTime me. Looking like she done lived 3 lifetimes. I mean, this woman looked like she just like go around in the neighborhood and suck the blood out of little kids just to extend her for the next 100 years. I mean, Mary, how in the hell, what kind of filter did you use? Whatever kind of filter you use, please send me that. You can send that to me at aunties2cents@gmail.com, because whatever filter you use, I'm trying to tell you, send that to me. I need that. I need that for all up in here. Like, I need that for like right up in here, all up in here stuff. God, this woman looked like she has lived for at least 300 years. She's sitting up there and by the minute just dying. So she's sitting up in the chair waiting on Tony to call her back, because she had went to the bus station, you know what I'm saying, to pick him up. He ain't never show up. She had his suits, his Sunday suits, his Wednesday suits, suits for him to get a new job, all that kind of stuff. She had everything for him. She's down there talking to, the other inmates that just got out of jail and everything. You know what I'm saying? She like, he is an inmate, so he probably a con artist. So next thing we hear the phone ring. Doom, 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 doom. Hello? Hi, Tony. Hi, Tony. God, I wish I had something black. That day gonna them gaps up in them teeth, they about bigger than, God dang, I wish I had something black. Hey, how you doing, Tony? Hey, Yagi. Hey, Yagi. Hey, Yagi. Now I know I ain't got the best teeth. Help me. I hate to get to laughing like that. Her teeth look like they like Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. I just was like, what the? So Tony looking, but he ain't looking, right? He on the phone, he looking up like this. He like looking up at the lights. He looking at everything but that damn mouth. So anyway, Lord forgive me, for I know not what I do. Okay. All right, seriously, okay. So she's sitting there, she's sitting there and everything, she like, What happened? I came to pick you up, and all kinds of stuff was going through in my mind. He was like, "You didn't think you was gonna lose me enough," and she was like, "I don't know." Yeah. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? How many times that didn't happen to you? See, y'all got me laughing and stuff. Golly, y'all need to stop. Y'all got your auntie up here laughing at somebody's teeth. Lord forgive me. See, Miss Michelle made me say that. Because I saw all of those little eggplants going down. And Miss Michelle made me say that crap. Y'all forgive me here. So anyway, he's like, I'm supposed to be there, with you, and I'm supposed to be eating steaks and having sex. And she was like, oh, yeah, I love. So when you think you getting out, he was like, I don't even know. I don't even have no idea. I'm down here in this rec center having fun. I mean, I'm down here in this, I don't know what's going on, I'm all out of whack and all kinds of stuff. Tony, no, you not. You don't even look like you in jail. You look like you some daggone somebody's municipal center. Your butt ain't in no jail no more. Like, come on, like when the phone call came through on the FaceTime, it didn't even say, you're calling from a prison system. Your call may be recorded and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, it's a super chat. Zeta64, hey boo. What are going to do with Miss Michelle? What are we going to do with Miss Michelle? We gonna love her. We gonna love Miss Michelle. Thank you, Zena64, for the $20 super chat. So anyway, he's sitting up there looking like y'all. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but to me, he didn't look like he was in jail. Like, he looked like he was at a municipal center somewhere. But anyway, I digress. And so, after that and everything, he's like, which one did you want? And she was like, I want the sex, baby. I want that sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good times and the bad times. Okay? Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. So, basically, when she was saying, she had all these things that was going through her mind about whether or not he was going to be there, he was like, well, you know what, I'm sure it was going through, because you on that end. But at the same time, I'm thinking the same thing, too. I got to have as much trust in you as you got to have in me. And I was like, he is manipulating that conversation. He done turned that thing around and made that all about him. And he was like, but I need some money. She was like, I got you, baby. I got you. That's what the real nature of the call was. The nature of the call was, I need some money. And here's the thing. Instead of you sending it to the jail, they got a new system. But you're going to go ahead on and send it to these P.O. boxes, because what they did was they gave all the prisoners P.O. boxes. That man ain't in no jail no more. Stop it with that stuff. The only reason why he called her was because he knew he had to in order to keep that bread and that butter going. And and he's sitting up there looking like at the ceiling. I think if I had to talk to Mary on the FaceTime, I'd be looking at the ceiling too. But anyway, I just had to talk about those two because I knew y'all wanted me to. All right. Okay. So next thing we know, we see our girl Johnna. Like I said, Johnna and Garrett, they fussing and going through the rigmarole and all of that. So I'm like, okay, Johnna, give it up. Garrett don't care. Garrett's sitting up at the table and he's like, look, she's about to snatch everything from me. She's about to take my bread and my butter. I ain't gonna have nowhere to stay. I've already brought this car. And, basically I need to go head on and try to do the right thing by her. And so, he's like, okay, let me go head on out here to Zed's or, Montgomery Ward's or Walmart or Target. Clink, 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 and get her a ring. So John is like, basically, I'm embarrassed to be with you. I don't want to be with you. You're not the man I thought you were. All those guys that, that you said that you hanging out with at the strip club and all this kind of stuff, they weren't there. That stuff, you know what? That stuff don't get it. It is not going to make him change. You'll get a temporary reprieve from him as far as going out with his friends and all of that kind of stuff. And then you know what, he's going to go back into the same thing. You know why? Because you did not do what you needed to do. The necessary thing to do is just walk away from the relationship. And I think that Johnna probably has done that. I understand that Johnna on her Twitter page and on her Instagram has said that she can't wait until the last two episodes are gone so that she can come out and give the real tea about what's going on. Johnna, if you are interested in interviewing me and allowing me to give the tea out here to all of these people who come out here and look, all my subscribers, my nieces and my nephews, I will be more than happy to interview with you. So anyway, I digress from that, but had to put it out there. So anyway, basically, Garrett, we see Garrett, he's at the jeweler. And, he's sitting there with his broke self. And he's like, now I didn't borrow money from my dad and everything, and I got to get John a ring. Now, as we all know, he got a car because he had $5,000 for from his grandmother. And he didn't make a wise decision with that. And so here he is now, has borrowed money from his dad to go and buy this ring. So he's sitting in there with the jeweler, and the jeweler's like, we like to know everybody's story. And so he's like, basically, I was sitting up in jail, and she started writing me, and I was receiving letters, and I just was like, all right, shoot, hell with it. Let me just go ahead on and talk to her. Maybe something will come outside of it. Maybe she'll, put something on my commissary or whatever. And that's what she did. And so the jeweler was like, well, goddamn. I've been selling jewelry for over 35 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard this story. I tell you, boy. But anyway, come on, let's go ahead on and look at some rings, So he, pulls out the bottom of the barrel rings, and he shows him a ring, that has, a third a carat of diamonds going around the side of the band and everything. Garrett is so dumb, he doesn't even realize that there's no stone in the middle of it, and that this ring that he has that's for $1,300 is going to have a diamond in the middle of it. So when the jeweler was like, well, let's get down to the diamonds, he was like, oh yeah, because it ain't one in here. Anyway, so the jeweler's basically like, we gonna go ahead on and start down here at the bottom. So he shows him an eighth of a carat and everything. He's like, okay. He said, but Johnna said that she wanted a 1 carat diamond ring. And so he was like, oh really? Oh really? Okay, well let's go ahead on and pull out the 1 carat diamond ring. He said, here you go. So he's looking at it, with it and everything. And he's like, that would be $79.95. Not $7.95, 0.95, okay? And you rounding that up. Not 700, but $7,995. Didn't that daggone carat point go down? He said, you can go ahead on and look at the ninth of a diamond. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at the eighth. You know what? Let's go ahead on and look at it. Let's go. Let's go ahead and look at a chip. Something smaller. Because the money that I borrowed from my daddy ain't going to do it. So, excuse me. So at the end, we see them at the party. Johnna said that, she's basically, just want to go to the party and go to sleep. Before that, we see a clip of Johnna sitting there talking to her girlfriends about him and how, basically it's her birthday and she really doesn't want to be with him. He's out with his boy and having sex and everything. The regular girl talk that you have with your girlfriends, except for Auntie don't have those kind of girl talks with her girlfriends. Because if my boyfriend is smut and he's trash and he's a gutter type of guy, I ain't gonna tell my girlfriends nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just gonna go ahead on and live in the sewer with him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna sit up there and tell my girlfriends how low down, trifling, nasty my boyfriend is. Like that's just like, it's nothing I'm gonna do. And then after I've gotten out of that type of situation, because let me just say this, we all have had an opportunity. If you all are like me, of course, you all know, and for those that don't know, I am in my 50s. Yes, I am. No, I'm just kidding. I'm in my 50s. And we all have had boyfriends who just weren't the best. We have had boyfriends who have been on the other side of the law. We've had boyfriends who really didn't have that, that really good job, that stable money coming in. We've had boyfriends that we've had to, loan them money and stuff like that. We all have done that in our lifetime. And so I'm not going to sit up here and act like I have not dealt with a guy who was, who wasn't, scum. But the thing about it is when you have a man and you in a relationship with like that, or with anybody, I don't care if he's a good man, don't tell your friends, because either one or two things going to happen. Either they going to be sleeping with him behind your back, or they going to be talking about him, manipulating, controlling, and sleeping with him behind your back. You know what I'm saying? Just don't talk about your man around your girlfriends, especially if he is one of those kind of because it's just something about women always wanting to test and try out what you got. Just a little advice from your auntie. I'm saying, you may not believe me, but I'm telling you, you live long enough, you will find out that your girlfriends like them rugged thuggers. It's just something about a thug. Whew, boy, is this something about a thug. But anyway, so we see them, go to the party and everything. She's telling them he's not going to have sex. She's not going to have sex with him. Well, if you don't have sex with him, somebody will. But anyway, they at the party and everything, and she's with her girlfriends, and she's putting on a good face. And also she says, because I think that she's so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, she doesn't know really which way she's coming and which way she's going. But anyway, she's sitting there and everything, and he says, we about to do gifts. We're going to do gifts. So, she opens, he gives her a little gift box because he thinks that, okay, when she opens up this one, she's going to think it's a ring. Johnna was opening that box up like... She could not get the wrapping off that box fast enough. She opens it up, and it's a melted strawberry, chocolate strawberry. She played it off. She played it off. I don't know if I would have been able to play that off. I would have been so insulted. And especially if you did that in front of my friends. And I want to be married to you too. I don't know what the rush is with these girls that want to be married so fast. I mean, even with Mary and Dominic, they want to be married so fast. Like, what is the rush? Are they scared that these guys are going to go back to jail? Like, are they scared that when they get out, they're going to find a woman who is better than them? Or I don't know what it is that makes them want to rush into these marriages. But I'm telling you now, I've never wanted to rush into a marriage. Like, never, ever, never, ever. But anyway, so he gives her a second box. And in that second box is the ring. He has the box in there, we all saw it. He has the box in there. And, the boxes are going down in size. Excuse me. And then he proposes, some little dry proposal. She says yes. And all is right with the world. Also, it seems. The last couple we're going to talk about is Crazy James and Alla. Let me see how much time we done talked out here. Okay, so I'm about to wrap this up, y'all. They feel lonely and desperate thinking that her entire happiness is being married. Yes, Josie F. Gina 64% glasses on yeah, boo. That's the only way I can see y'all. You are right. They got good looking guys at their weakest time. They will move on once they free them. That's from Kimberly Marshall. Hi. PD Tucker said Mary only knew Dominic 30 days before he went to jail. Okay. It's not the truth. Okay, I see them eyes. James is one psychopath. Johnna read somewhere a convicted felon gets married within 60 days of release. He probably won't go back. She always reads some kind of study. Jennifer, studies show that if an inmate gives you a ring within 23 days of getting out, he has a 100% chance of giving you a melted strawberry. the last couple that we going to talk about tonight, y'all, is our boy James and Alla. James. What can we say about James? We see Alla at the trash can, faking like she throwing up. I went back and looked at it. Like, I really went back and looked at it. And Alla won't throwing up. Alla was over there dry heaving. Like, Alla, for real? Like, what was... Oh, that's a bunch of throw up things. Y'all crazy. Y'all, I tell you, I got the best nieces and nephews ever. So, you know, she's over there dry heaving and everything, acting like she's vomiting. And so, you know, James comes up. He's feeling guilty because he's down there interviewing for her for a modeling job. And he's feeling like, okay, you know, I put too much pressure on her. I mean, way to manipulate and to control a situation, Alla. You ain't that stupid. So, you know, he gets out the car and everything. And she's, you know, looking all, you know, like, you know, regular. She told me, oh my God, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I think I got a fever. Touch my head. So, you know, he touches her head and everything. He's like, no, you ain't got no fever. And she's like, you know, just the thought of working, you know, and modeling and everything, you know, it just made me so sick. I really had to pull over. Like, I could not make it. So, like, how was the interview? Like, did I get the job? I mean, you know, what happened? And he was like, no, you didn't get the job. So she was like, okay, you know, come on, let's go. You know, she thinks she's pregnant. So they get to the restaurant and everything. And, you know, they sitting there with one another. And, you know, he's like, you know, so what's going on? So she was like, you know, I really think I'm really sick. You know, 10 people that, you know, I talked to, 10 people. If your ass just pulled over, and you're dry heaving in a trash can, how did you have the opportunity of seeing 10 people in that short period of time of coming off the expressway and stopping off at that place? You mean to tell me you ran into and met 10 people and had a conversation with 10 people with throw up breath? Okay, Alla. Okay, if that's what you want us to believe, okay. Cool. So, you know, they sitting in there and everything. And James is, you know, his eyes, I noticed, wasn't as bucked out his head because, you know, he's on Mission Impossible. And so, you know, Alla's sitting there and saying, you know, I may be pregnant. And he was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And if I'm pregnant, you know, I don't want to be pregnant. That would be scary for me. And he was like, what do you mean that would be scary? She said, if you think that the modeling job, me having a modeling job gave me the dry heaves and made me scared, can you imagine if I was pregnant? Alla goes on to say that James didn't even tell his family the real way, you know, that the how he really met her. And she says that, you know, that kind of did something to me. And I think that would have too. I mean, you know, it's almost like, you know, if I want you to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. I don't want to be walking around with that hanging over my shoulder and somebody else telling my story. I want to tell my own tea. I don't want the family to do some research on me and find out my tea. Just tell them I was locked up and I was incarcerated in jail. So, you know, James, you know, we can see, James, there's something, you know, you slow, but you ain't that slow. So anyway, you know, James is like, you know, well, if you're pregnant, I will be excited about that. Why would you be excited about that when you got 2 daughters? There is a video that is on YouTube that James has done showing the summer of 2017. In that video, he shows clips of him and Alla being together. And if you get an opportunity to look, you know what, I'm going to try to find it, and I'm going to try to put the link down at the bottom. Hi, James. I know you out here. Hi, boo. I'm talking about you and saying hi, too. Ain't that something, y'all? How dare I sit on here and talk about people and didn't be saying hi? What YouTuber does that, auntie? So anyway, in that video that James has shared, you know, he shows the happy times that he spent with Alla. And in that picture, he shows his 2 girls. So he's introduced Alla to not only his family, but to these two girls. So I'm sure that when he found out that he, had been selected for the show, that he had to come out and tell the truth. It's really nice, but you can see over a time period where she started going down. So, basically they're sitting in a restaurant and they're going back and forth. Every time she asks James a question, James answers the question with a question. And so, she's like, I don't know what this tactic is. And she's like, the way that you're acting, your aggression, everything, is are you spoiled or is this part of being a Marines? Because we see her with her nasty self, allegedly was supposed to have been thrown up with a bag in her hand, looked like she had been shopping. Here's the thing. WeTV, we love y'all. We love y'all just like TLC. But some of the stuff that y'all do with the editing, some stuff we catch it. And we see that, like this, the timeline is not together. So Alla says that she came off the freeway. She was sick. She was vomiting. She met 10 people, okay, off the freeway while she was sick. But yet and still she's sitting in the store with James with a bag of clothing that she got from a store. And I'm saying, okay, so where did that come from? She says that she wants to change her clothes and go ahead and take a pregnancy test. Even though she knows it's too early, she didn't have time to stop and get a pregnancy test, stop and get an outfit. And he's over there interviewing for her. Like, come on, WeTV. Like, the editing on that, like, can't get with that. It's like something was wrong. So anyway, she gets up from the table. After they're sitting there arguing back and forth, she gets up from the table. She goes into the bathroom and she comes out. And so he's sitting there bug-eyed and boogie-tailed. And he's like, okay, so what's going on? Are you pregnant? And she's like, wait a minute. Now, all of a sudden, after she came out the bathroom, her makeup is smudged. Her pupils look like they dilated. Her attitude is worse than it was before she went in. And James is saying, I don't want to be, shocked like this. And she's changed. I don't know what to make of it. Oh, no, you know what to make of this. You know exactly what to make of this. That girl went in that bathroom and did more to take a pee test. Because when she came out, her pupils was dilated. And I've peed on a stick or two in my life. And it ain't never dilated my pupils. It ain't never smudged my makeup. It's never made me come out looking hot and clammy. Like I don't know how many of y'all have taken pregnancy tests. The little kind you just pee on a little wand. But I don't know if it ever made y'all look like that. But it's never made me look like that. So I just was like, okay, something happened between her going in that bathroom and coming out. And like, this ain't a good thing. Like, this ain't Clark Kent turning into, you understand what I'm saying? This ain't like her turning in a circle and coming out being Wonder Woman with a rope and a cute little belt on and a red little American flag leotard on. Now come on now, this ain't what this is. Something happened. And James, you know what it is. You may not tell us because you're going to protect her. As you told me, Auntie, I'm still in love with her. Okay, so you still in love with her. But that girl look like she's still on drugs. I don't even know really if she ever got off drugs. Because if Lizzie is at the prison in California having heroin, and meth, then you know what? She probably had it too. And that's why she was standing out there after she left your boy Chris' house. And she was smoking that cigarette. Smoking cigarettes at night. Okay. She's got me. Come on, James. You know what the deal is. So she sits at the table, and any man that was sitting at the table, you just took a test, is going to ask you, are you pregnant? I didn't think that it was anything inappropriate or wrong about him asking her that. Won't you wait? Goddamn, you can't. Excuse me. You can't wait. Why the hell would you ask me that? Just wait. You're so spoiled. Is it because you're spoiled? And he was like, what's wrong with you? Nothing wrong with me. You need to find your own little words to say. You're always asking questions. He said, well, why are we doing this? What we here for? Why continue on with this? I think that soon James is going to find out that his girlfriend, his little model girlfriend, is back on drugs. And I don't know that for a fact. I just got a feeling, y'all, that this girl is on drugs. And so, they basically arguing. She tells him that the test was negative. If the test was negative, then okay. When he asked her at the table, if the test was positive, then what she said, and she said, I would be scared or I would really be afraid. I just knew she was going to say the A word. I just knew she was going to say that I'm going to terminate the pregnancy. That's what I thought she was going to say out her mouth, but she stopped shy of saying that. And but she's making excuses. She said that she's never found somebody or never had anybody in her life that she's loved enough or felt comfortable enough with to even have a baby. What an insult to somebody. Here it is, this man had held it down for you while you in jail. They got you on the show, so you're getting a little bit of papers for appearing on the show. And you have the nerve to sit at the table and say something like that to him. I thought that was really just heartbreaking, and I know his heart was broken with her saying something like that to him. And I don't understand these couples. I'm enjoying the ride, y'all. We got 2 more episodes to go before Love and Lockup is over, and I'm telling you right now, I think that these last 2 episodes are going to be off the Richter scale. So what I'm going to try to do is next week when we do our live chat and Nightcap, I really want to hear from you all. I want to try to open up the phone lines so that you all can call in afterwards and we can have an after the show for those of you all who would really like to voice your opinions, and I would like to tape that live. So I'm going to try to work it out where I can open up the phone lines next week and allow you all to talk and share your thoughts about this show. I love the interaction. I see the comments going back and forth. I'm sure that you all are enjoying yourself. As I said before, sometimes I wish that I was out there on the other end and really looking and seeing what you all are saying. So what I'm going to do is just give a few more minutes, take a few minutes, put my glasses on, and answer any questions that you have and read your comments. It could be about any couple that you want to talk about. And so, like I said, let's do that for the next couple of minutes, and then we're going to log off of here. Thank you all so much for being here. Okay. Miss Music Lovers 95 said, I like the show. M.I. said, a controlling nutbag would interview for you. A controlling nutbag would interview for you. I don't know what that means. Alla was not mentally ready to go from jail to a documentary of her life. I believe that P.D. Tucker. Have a good night, auntie and cousins. That's 921 Cotton Candy. Hey, boo. Vella Bella said, Mocat, I agree. She is just being honest and he is not. Cher Reese said, these cousins are hilarious. I told you, you have got to be out here for these live feeds. Angela J said, your reviews are better than this show, auntie. Thank you so much. Thank you. Gigi Riv said, I hope Lizzie and Tony get to Skype in from prison for the reunion. Loretta Powell says, only 2 episodes? Oh, no. But they have been extended. So this was like a pilot. And because of all of us, because of this YouTube channel, because of Just Call Me Wah, and a couple of other ones, they have agreed to do an extended one because the views are up. So you know what, you all, when you come out here and you participate in these reviews and we come out and we do this and they see the participation and the expectation from you all, not from us, because all we are facilitators. We come out and we do the reviews, but when you all come out, you make a difference. And so what they've been doing is looking at the feedback. They've been looking at the comments and everything, and they have agreed to do an extended season of Love After Lockup for 2019. So don't ever, when you go to a YouTube channel and you see live live chats and you see reviews and stuff, don't ever think that you just being there, your thumbs up means nothing. It absolutely means everything. That's why I always tell y'all, when you come into the room, thumbs up, hit that thumbs up button so that WeTV can see that this is something that you're interested in seeing and that you have a vested interest in seeing it being a bigger show than what it is. Don't ever come out on somebody's channel and don't hit a thumbs up, especially if it's something you want to see again. You make the difference. I'm telling you, you really do. Barney Harmon, who gave Lizzie the phone in jail? Scott did. Abigail, she said, what jail is Tony in with street clothes and FaceTime? Okay. Victoria Evans, Auntie need to host a reunion. Oh, thank you. I am considering doing an interview with Andrea and Lamar live. Yes, I am live. And I mean one-on-one live, not on this. So keep your fingers crossed for that. Do you think Andrea will move to LA to be with Lamar? Miss Michelle said, love you all, my cray cousins. Kelly said, what has Johnna been tweaking that makes you think that her and Garrett are no longer together? Tweeting. Okay. Hi, Kelly. That's all I can say. Do you really believe that James has a dark side? Absolutely. Cotton freaking yes. Kimberly from Philly. Kim from Philly said, love you, Auntie. Love you, Ward. Yes, love you. Auntie, did you notice Tony smiling the entire conversation? Yes, I did, Juan. I mean, Janice Sellers? Oh, that's Janice Sellers. Hi. I'm going to have to look at that picture. Patricia said, please invite me. Fingers closed. Yes, hi. Zenzi Ali said, I see parallels between 90 Day, Love After Lockup, controlling nature's lives, attempting to create an uneven power dynamic. Absolutely. Gigi Rev, I'll see y'all in the comments. Absolutely love you. D Girl says, hi from Australia. Hi, Australia. Thank you so much for being here. Ola from Pilter G17. You from Hawaii, I believe. Thank you so much for being here. Lizzie needs 12 years and Scott needs to move on. Absolutely. Kimberly Ann said, Auntie, that's a good idea for answering questions. We got to all go to the DM. We all would do out of control with our thoughts. We would be laughing so much. Absolutely, sweetie. But anyway, you all, thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to next week. That'll be episode 6, and then we have one more after that. Love you all to pieces. Thank you all for being here. Clink, 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 and all of that good stuff. Cheers to another wonderful live chat nightcap. Wishing you all the best in this coming week. Have a wonderful, prosperous week. Love you. Bye-bye.